Hello, hello. Welcome to Anovelconsole, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and ex-girlfriend, Karradyne.
I don't like that. Stop it.
Then what should I call you?
Wifey.
I'm not going to call you wifey.
Just wife is fine. Esposa.
Esposa. Mi esposa Karradyne.
Yay.
And we have a great show for you guys today. We are actually doing this in the middle of our honeymoon.
Staycation honeymoon.
And we've been having fun. But first, before we get into what's been going on, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Patreon, shall we?
Yes, because people struggle with figuring that out, apparently.
Yeah, so our Patreon is live. We've said that for the past, 6 weeks. More or less.
Something like that.
We currently have, I want to say, 6 patrons.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Moving
crazy.
on up.
Yeah, we got 6 patrons. We just got one like 2 minutes ago.
It was my mom.
So please support the Patreon. We will be giving away Tony Hawk and Anxious People. I know that we said that we were going to be giving it out today. We were going to be announcing the winner on this episode.
But we only had like 2 patrons until a minute ago.
Not only that, but also I kept telling you we need to make the Patreon post. We never did anything. So nobody found out that we were even doing it because
We've had a lot going on.
Yeah, we haven't posted it anywhere. So we are going to actually make a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to make a Patreon post.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to post it everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And it's only $2. Come on. It's $2. You're supporting us. You're actually helping us get these books out to you, all these games out to you so that you guys can enjoy it. It's really easy to sign up. All you have to do is just go to patreon.com/anovelconsole. The link is going to be in the show notes. And all you have to do is just create an account, put in your card information, pledge the $2. There you go. And apart from that, we are already decided on what books and game we're going to give out for next month. We will announce that next Friday whenever we talk about who won this month's. And again, we're giving away Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 game for either PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. And we're giving away Anxious People. We're giving away a lot of Anxious People.
By Frederick Backman.
So yeah, that's enough of Patreon. I'm tired of talking about that. So, you want to get started on talking about the craziness that has been our wedding, starting with our family? Because now it's your family, too.
I know. I feel like I've been steeped in wedding craziness for like a month now. But, yeah.
It's only been 2 weeks.
I know. Chris's family arrived a week before we got married, or the Sunday before we got married. When I say his family, normally I would just be referring to his parents. But no. It was his parents plus 3 of his aunts. And yeah, that was it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
And
they've been trying to get you to speak Spanish.
They have. Oh my gosh. Okay, like I am embarrassed and ashamed to admit I should have learned Spanish by now. We've been together for more than 3 years. Granted, I think my biggest thing is that he doesn't give a shit. And I tend to take that as like my mentality. He doesn't care, so why should I care? I know I should not have that mentality because it would mean a lot to his family. And I do feel bad that, I don't know, they feel like they have to speak English in front of me because then they feel bad that I can't understand and I feel bad that I can't understand. And it's just like this constant cycle of somebody feeling bad because somebody doesn't understand.
Well, who cares? I mean, last night we went out to eat pizza at Santino's again.
Yes, we're obsessed with Santino's.
Oh, we had their New York style pie finally. Holy shit.
It is very, very good. I have to admit, I still prefer the Sicilian, but it is definitely the best New York style pizza I have had thus far.
And while we were sitting there after we finished eating, I told him, I was like, I wish you guys could just stay because since you guys got here, we have been eating nothing but good food.
Because they cooked so much. His Aunt Sori has cooked so much.
Everyone's been cooking.
I mean, we had like a full-blown freaking Thanksgiving meal one night. It was actually on Halloween night. It was amazing.
Yeah, and then, like, 2 nights ago, we went over and we had pretty much the same thing all over again with tostones de pana.
Oh, my favorite thing ever.
And I made my pork loin and everything, and it was so delicious.
It was wonderful. Wonderful. Worth all of the shame for not knowing Spanish.
And we got married on the 30th.
Yes. Did you already forget our wedding date?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
You want to talk a little bit more about the wedding?
It was perfect. It was so nice. My mom had me freaked out the week before because Apple Forecast said it was going to rain, cats and dogs, day of. But we all know better than to rely on the forecast a week in advance. It was like a fucking hurricane the day before. It was awful.
Yeah, it was
flooded. It was so bad. I took poor Luna out to go to the bathroom that morning, and she came back a completely different dog. She was so soaked to the bone. But Friday was the most beautiful day. It was cold. It was in the 50s. Everybody kept coming up to me asking me how I wasn't cold because my dress is like spaghetti straps. Maybe we can put a picture up on our story on Instagram so you guys can see the wedding photos. But
yeah, I wasn't cold because I was drinking so much whiskey.
Well, I wasn't cold because I was just bebopping around talking to everybody and having a good old time. Plus, I mean, I was living my best life, like being in that cold. Oh, the best man, his fiance, put it perfectly. We drove over the state line to come back into Florida, and the temperature literally jumped 10 degrees the second we, and it was so hot. So hot.
But you know what's kind of weird?
Magical up there.
When I was driving up to Georgia with my parents, as soon as we crossed the state line, it just started raining all the way until we got to the hotel. It was just raining nonstop.
It was so bad that day.
And then we asked Nick, like, "Did you get any rain?" He says, "Like a mile." I was like, "Fuck, man! We should have just delayed like an hour or something."
Yeah, Luna and I got up at like 6:30 that morning, and it rained straight up till like 5 o'clock.
Oh, it should happen. But it was a nice ceremony. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it, even though it was my wedding. I thought it was just going to be boring and shit.
Hell, we didn't think we were going to even be able to get legally married there for a minute because
that's true.
There was a whole thing with the Lee County probate court, but we got it figured out.
Yeah,
it's
we got
fine.
it figured out. And I had a lot of fun at the wedding. Usually they say that the bride and groom don't have any fun, but we did.
I had fun.
Me too.
It was wonderful.
I drank a lot of whiskey.
It wound up being very, very nice that it was such a small group of people. I think there were only 18 people in the final count, and it was really, really nice.
I was getting very annoyed.
Why?
When we got there.
Why? Oh, because of the pictures.
Everybody wanted to take a damn
I don't
picture.
know what this man thinks a wedding entails. He was so irritated with all the pictures. That's all it is.
We had photographers. We didn't need my family making me take pictures with them. Of course, I tell your brother, Haynes, can you please go get me a drink? He goes inside and says, they're in the laundry room, and disappears. I was like, that's not what I asked.
He's also underage and probably felt uncomfortable getting you a drink.
He's 18. In Puerto Rico, he's legal to drink.
Not here.
Too bad.
He's
we play by Puerto Rico rules.
Oh, dear.
So anyways, the day of the wedding, my parents went out to do tourist stuff in Tifton, Georgia.
There's not much to do there.
So I was alone for like 2 hours. And what I did was we had breakfast. We came back upstairs. They left. I took out the Switch, and I remember that I had downloaded the Hyrule Warriors demo for the Switch. I started playing it. And I played that all the way up till they got there. They started annoying me again with the questions and to do this and to do that. And
Well, you had to get ready. It was your wedding day.
just leave me alone and I'll get ready on my own.
Oh,
You don't have to tell me, oh, you got to iron the pants, or you got to put your pants on, or you got to put on your shirt, or don't put on your shirt.
Thank you, Nellie and Noel, for for ironing his clothes for him and making him get dressed. I appreciate it.
I was going to go there anyways.
In Dickie shorts and a t-shirt.
There was no way in hell they were going to keep me away from the wedding. So.
But they got you there looking spiffy.
I was going to look spiffy. I look spiffy right now in my underwear and t-shirt.
There's one more thing we have to say about the wedding, or someone will be very upset with us.
All right. Yeah, let's get that out of the way before I go into Hyrule Warriors some more.
So, my mom and my stepdad essentially pulled off this entire wedding by themselves.
It was awesome.
They went way above and beyond. It was perfect. My mom understood my vision to the T. And I wanted a freaking key lime cake. We've talked about these cakes before on the podcast. The strawberry cake and the key lime cake, cakes by Audrey, that we are both obsessed with, that we discovered when we went to some random barbecue joint in Tifton with my dad. And I told my mom that this is the wedding cake I wanted. She was already making a cheesecake for Chris's groom's cake. She's like, I can make a better cake. I can make a better cake. So they actually went and tasted this Cakes by Audrey. Oh my God. I hope Cakes by Audrey never listens to this. And my mom tells me, I promise you I can make a better cake. I was like, okay, whatever. It's fine. If you want to add on more to your plate of things that you've already signed up to do, be my guest. It was a really fucking good cake.
I hate key lime everything.
He does. It breaks my heart.
And I found your mom's cake bearable. That says a lot.
Mama, I'll give your cake garbage. You might not, but I'll give it a garbage rating. It was amazing.
To me, it was a meh.
He gave the cheesecake and the fruit tarts a garbage rating.
Yes, especially those Lembas bread fruit tarts that she made with the cream cheese and the apples.
Amazing.
Like I took like 4 of them, and my dad ate them all 4.
He
sitting
ate
at that gas
all
station.
of them.
It was just sitting at the gas
station. Your mom killed it. Well, yeah, she's pretty good.
I was drunk and just standing in the kitchen, just like shoving these things down my throat.
I think that's the only thing that sobered him up. He was literally devouring these tarts.
Oh, so delicious.
I'll have to get the recipe from her.
Yes, please. Please do it. I need more of those.
You gotta promise to exercise with me, and then I'll make you some.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So, back to Hyrule Warriors. I am surprised at how much content they put into this game. So, they put in 2 entire stages, which are the first 2 stages. And when you're playing a Warriors game, one stage can take up to an hour of gameplay. So you have about 3 hours total gameplay on this demo, which is insane. So you have the first 1 hour and the second hour for the 2 stages, and then you have some extra stages sprinkled around the map that you can do. They're tiny, like 10, 15-minute stages where you just battle waves of enemies. And I was surprised that it had so much. And they added so many things from the core Breath of the Wild game. They gave you the tablet so you can throw bombs, you can freeze enemies in place, you can summon up ice from the ground, you can use magnets to take their weapons away and hit them with the weapons using the magnets. It's actually really, really good. I love the original Hyrule Warriors, but playing this, I was thinking, wow, I cannot wait to get more into this. I think that surprised me the most is that they used the entire map from Breath of the Wild. And the entire map has these little character dots that you click on. And it asks you for some items. So once you give those items to those character dots, your characters level up. You know, they get more attacks, more defense, stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Instead of using a menu like Hyrule Warriors did, or like Fire Emblem Warriors did, this one does it that way, and I liked it. So I am definitely going to buy this game when it comes out this month, and I am going to play the shit out of it, and Karradyne's going to be mad because I'm sitting on the toilet playing Hyrule Warriors for 2 hours straight.
I don't know how your whole lower half of your body was not numb as fuck. I would have been miserable.
My legs didn't work afterwards, but that's all right. But yeah, Hyrule Warriors demo, check it out. It's free on the Switch. It is pretty fucking good. I can't wait for the full release. And is there anything else you want to talk about before we continue?
Unfortunately, I have not done much reading in the past 2 weeks. I'm really not even sure where my stack of currently reading books is. It's a little bit of a problem. We have to clean the apartment, but I have gotten lots of book mail. The book that I'm reviewing today actually just arrived yesterday in physical form. I was reading a digital ARC. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of reading, but other things have definitely taken up most of my time, unfortunately, for the last 2 weeks.
All right. Anything else? Nothing? You're good?
I'm good.
All right. So let's get into book talk.
This week's book is Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. It was published by Fywell and Friends. I'm definitely butchering the pronunciation of that. It's an imprint of Macmillan USA on November 3rd, 2020. So this week, because you'll be listening to this on Friday. I have been stupid excited for this book ever since it was announced a few months ago because I am obsessed with everything I've read by Marissa Meyer thus far. She's the author of The Lunar Chronicles, a galactic fantasy series that pretty much speaks to all of my favorite things. Fantasy, fairy tale retellings, and like a sprinkle of sci-fi.
So, Lunar Chronicles?
Yes.
This Lunar Chronicle sounds like what Lunar should be referring to, because there's a game series called Lunar.
Mm-hmm.
It's medieval.
Really?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with space or anything.
Oh. Wait, what?
So the first time that I played Lunar, I was thrown off entirely because I thought I was going to space and battling aliens and shit with swords and crap. Mm-hmm. No.
This one is in space.
This Lunar is
It has
not.
lots of space.
It has dragons and shit, but no
Why
space.
would you call it Lunar? Granted, you know, Luna's name is Luna and she's not very galactic. Luna, you want to go to space? She's looking at me like I'm a maniac.
She is a little bit galactic with how dumb she is.
Bless her heart.
I love Luna.
Gosh. Anyway. But yeah, it does have like a sprinkle of sci-fi. I have had people disagree with me on the sci-fi part, but come on. It takes place in a futuristic world where a whole society of people lives on the moon. I think they're magical, if I remember correctly. But like the first heroine that we follow based on Cinderella is part cyborg. So, come on.
That's sci-fi.
Exactly. Thank you. Come on. They're all in spaceships and shit. It's totally sci-fi. It's definitely more fantasy heavy, but anyway. So even though I was really excited about Instant Karma, I was also a little bit worried because it is a young adult contemporary novel, which is a genre that I'm pretty much 100% unable to relate to anymore because 30.
You're not 30.
I'm almost 30. I'm close enough to 30 to not be able to relate to these teeny bopper romances anymore unless you got magic and shit.
So what other books are in this genre?
Oh, gosh. So you've got the Lara Jean books, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Those books were recently turned into Netflix movies. You've probably, like, P.S. I Still Love You and shit. Cute little Asian girl. And...
So stupid.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God. Who is this for?
Teeny boppers. Anyway, Paper Towns, which is written by John Green. He wrote The Fault in Our Stars, which is a really good book, but everything else I've read by him, I've wanted to burn. It's so bad. And A Very Large Expansive Sea by Tahare Mafi. I hated that book so much. It was awful. But back to Instant Karma. This book really surprised me in how much I wound up enjoying it. I have been known to complain about this in what feels like almost every single fucking episode at this point. But the beginning is very freaking slow. And Chris can tell you that I was complaining about it. He's like, do you like it? I said no. But I was only like 5 minutes into the book at that point.
We were driving to where my mom and aunts are staying, and you were starting the book. And I see, do you like it so far? It's like, I'm on page 4 and I hate it.
I need to give it more time. I'm very impatient when it comes to stuff like this. I want it to grip me on the first page. But thankfully it did pick up pretty quickly, and it still felt like I was reading a Marissa Meyer novel, even though the only fantasy element, or I suppose it should be referred to as magical realism, is the main character being able to enact karmic retribution onto people who deserve it.
For book writers out there that want to get Karradyne's attention, the way that you do it on the first page is just write, penis!
Frankenstein penis!
Frankenstein dick! And she'll be like, ooh, I like that.
Oh, God. You make me sound nasty.
So what else were you saying about the book?
Yeah, karmic retribution, yay. And if any of you were wondering, if anybody's a Beatles fan, the title is from the John Lennon song, Instant Karma. All of the siblings of the main character are named after Beatles songs. Yeah. Anyway, so Meyer crafts her characters very well and does an amazing job of giving the perfect amount of attention to both the characters and the story rather than monopolizing on one or the other. It's an adorable story of Prudence and Quint and their struggles through high school biology and group projects. I think most of us can agree that we hated group projects because there was inevitably someone who did not put forth anywhere near as much effort as the other members.
That was me.
Oh, no, but not here recently, because I know you've complained about it
yeah.
in school right now.
Yes. My last group project class, they were all fucking assholes.
It's the worst when it's online. The worst.
Because I've had a couple of classes where I've had groups and they've been great, but the last one, I fucking hated everyone. I don't like being the leader on stuff that doesn't pay me.
Sometimes you have to be.
And they were like, so what do I do? I was like, I don't care. I'm doing this part. Choose whatever you want. And everybody else chose their parts. And then this person is still, what do I do? I had to tell them, okay, we have these parts. This is the only one left. You can do that or go fuck off. They're like, what do I do?
Oh gosh, they're the worst. Well, anyway, but poor Prue is partnered with Quint, and Quint only. So it's just the two of them. It's not a group. It's a pair. And poor Quint, he's essentially incapable of even showing up to class on time, let alone steering his fair half of a project. So we think. Prue's dismayed when she and Quint get their final project grades, overall a C, but Quint's individual grade is a B+, while hers is a B-. She loses her shit. She doesn't understand how he could possibly...
That grading seems wrong.
It makes sense. Okay, so the project...
So if it's a B+ and a B-, doesn't that just make it a straight B?
Right, that's what... Right? I don't know. That seemed a little off to me, too.
It is very
How
off.
did we get from B+ and B- to C? Anyway.
I mean, I would get a C if one got an F and the other one got an A+.
Right, that would make sense. That's an average.
Yeah.
But no, C is not the average of B+ and B-. Maybe we should revisit this, Miss Meyer. Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway. She doesn't understand how Quint could possibly get a higher grade than her after she seemingly did all of the work, but as the story unfolds, we see that Prue is a little bit of a control freak, and Quint has a lot of extenuating circumstances that she never bothered to even wonder about. And now that I'm saying all of this, these sound like kind of stereotypical themes, but I think I love this book even more now because of that. Mainly because Meyer's take on the whole story and themes is so fresh and different that I didn't even really think about that until now in summarizing it, like how kind of stereotypical it sounds. But she makes it unique.
How?
I don't know, her writing is just so proficient that she weaves it in a way that makes it feel like something new and that you've never read before. Oh, I didn't see that coming, but just summarizing it, it sounds pretty stereotypical.
Yeah. Okay. No,
but it was adorable.
I see that.
It's very wholesome and cute while also being incredibly realistic, even with all of those karmic events, which are actually pretty funny, some of them. There's this one girl that Prue meets in passing that is good friends with Quint, who is a very, very passionate vegan. She doesn't know that she's a very passionate vegan. Prue doesn't. And she sees her vandalizing a local burger joint billboard.
So like your old coworker that used to eat a pineapple for breakfast every day?
Oh, we're not talking about Logan. We're talking about B.
Yeah.
She ate a whole banana, a whole like bundle of bananas for breakfast every
Logan
morning.
is a normal vegan.
Logan's a chill vegan.
That one other...
B was crazy.
Yeah, eating a whole
pineapple.
I still think she was lying about eating a whole pineapple.
That would destroy your stomach.
That thing would destroy your entire body from the inside out.
Oh. But yeah, so she sees this girl vandalizing the billboard for the burger joint, and she clenches her fist, and the girl falls from the ladder and, like, breaks her leg or something. It's pretty terrible. But
she clenches her fist, and what does she go? You darn kid, get off that billboard, you damn vegan! And she falls and breaks her leg.
So the whole karmic thing happens because she does karaoke night at their local Mexican Puerto Rican blend restaurant.
So my cousin's restaurant.
Yes.
I found out I have a cousin that's half Mexican and half Puerto Rican.
Really?
Yeah, Tony's kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you weren't paying attention to what
they
you
were probably speaking in Spanish.
Probably. I did. Both languages just blend together.
Yeah, he doesn't think about them as two separate, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, because I think it was on 90 Day Fiancé when Armando was like translating, and I asked you like, and you said you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even notice that they were speaking Spanish instead of English.
Yeah, I don't notice. It just blends together into one whole language.
That's cool though.
To the point where I start talking to you in Spanish and you're like, what?
He does that a lot when he's with his family, because he'll speak to them in Spanish, and then I'll ask him something, and he speaks to me, and I'm like, what? Hello. It's me. I'm white. Come on. Anyway, so at the beginning, she does karaoke night. She sings Instant Karma. After her song, she winds up like falling and whacking her head. And then she's able to, enact this karmic retribution on everyone just by clenching her fist and looking at them. I know it sounds so corny.
I was going to ask if somebody had shaken her fist at her and that's why she fainted.
So yeah, she makes this poor girl fall from the ladder and then finds out that she was vandalizing it from the heart, at least, not just for the hell of it. Oh gosh. Anyway, I don't want to take it too much further just because this book did very, very recently publish. It'll have published like 4 days ago when you listen to this. But I am happy to say that I did come away from this book with a solid 4-star rating, even though y'all are making me question myself now. It was still really good. You just got to read it. I'm making it sound really corny, but it's adorable. But yeah, this was after all of that time spent worrying that it wouldn't be my cup of tea. I definitely recommend it for the teens and young adults in your life, if not for you yourself. Oh, stop.
I want the power to make people fall when I shake my fist at them.
She doesn't shake her fist. She just clenches it. Karmic retribution for you, bitch. Oh, but it also goes the opposite way. She wanted to enact karmic retribution on Quint at one point, but Quint's just a sweetheart and doesn't deserve it. She clenched her fist, and that little fucker found a $20 bill on the street. Like, I want somebody to do that to me.
Damn. That's cool. All right, so anything else you want to say about the book?
It was adorable. Go read it. Don't listen to my cringy description.
All right, so 4 stars to Instant Karma. Let's go into games and stuff. So this week's game is one that I said last week that I was going to do. And it's a game that I basically sat down and started playing. And I've been playing ever since. And I can't wait to finish recording so I can get back to playing it. Because it is Pikmin 3. I love Pikmin. Pikmin 3 is a real-time strategy puzzle game that was originally developed and published by Nintendo for Wii U. Released back in August 4th, 2013. Then received the complete edition with extra content released on October 30th, 2020 for Switch.
Our wedding day!
I've completed both versions. I've beaten the Wii U version I don't know how many times, and I am almost done with the extra content on Pikmin 3 Deluxe Edition for the Switch, and I am living my best life right now.
That's awesome.
In the game, you play as a crew of 3 Copites who are trying to find fruit and harvest their seeds so they can save their planet from going hungry.
What's a Copite?
That little alien. There's 2 confirmed alien races. There's the people from Holcotate, which are Olimar and Louie. And the Copites, which are Alf. I don't remember the captain, and I don't remember the girl's name.
But the Pikmin are not Copites.
No, the Pikmin are from Earth.
Oh.
The planet that they're exploring, PNF 404. I don't know the exact number. It's technically Earth. Because in Pikmin 2, when you're exploring it, you actually find a globe as a treasure, and it has like Earth and stuff, and you find Duracell batteries and 7-Up caps and Coca-Cola caps and Fanta caps and stuff like that. So
that's cute.
It's Earth. So yeah, so you have to find fruit, harvest the seeds, keep your planet from going hungry, because Copites are gluttons, just like Holcotatians or Holcotatians or however you say that name.
Wait, is that little chubby evil dude a Copite?
Who?
The one who eats them. In the demo thing. Not the demo, the video.
No, that's a Bulborb.
Oh.
That's a little earth monster.
Well, you said they were gluttonous, and he was
No,
Pikmin,
those are gluttonous, but no. Everybody in this game is gluttonous. The graphics in this game are very charming. Everything is bright, colorful, and serene. I love this game so much.
I'm in love with Pikmin 2 now. I don't think I would want to play it, but they're so cute. I just want to hold all of them and give them love. Like Luna. I think Luna would like them.
I wonder what they taste like.
That's weird.
Do they taste like carrots?
That's fucking weird.
I feel like they would taste like a sweet potato.
They probably taste like those edible flowers that they give you in like the Violet Lemonade at the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. I bet they taste like edible flowers.
Maybe.
Or pineapple.
They're too cute, so I wouldn't eat them. But yeah, they are pretty adorable. The animations in this game, like the Pikmin, are pretty adorable. And the Pikmin are very expressive, be it when they're finding food, pollen, enemies, or just standing by. Their big bug-ass eyes convey so much emotion and personality that they don't even need to speak.
It's crazy to me how they all look like exactly alike at first, at least. But then you start to watch them and see that they're all very individualized, despite the fact that they are so similar.
And depending on the color, they are different. The red one has a long, pointy nose. The yellow one has big ears. The blue one has a mouth and gills on its neck.
I noticed that, but I didn't think about it. But I can see it now, especially that long nose.
And there is a white one in Pikmin 2 that's poisonous, and it's smaller than the rest of them. So when enemies eat them, they get poisoned.
Wasn't that one in the video?
Yes. There's the big, heavy purple one. And then in 3, there's the rock ones, which are literally just a rock with eyes and a plant leaf.
That's so cute.
And the little pink flying ones, which are very slow for some reason, even though they're flying. The enemies as well are very expressive and threatening, even though they are adorable as shit.
I don't know, that Bulborb thing was pretty scary.
I mean, once you see it sleeping, you're like, it's so adorable. But when it's trying to eat your Pikmin, you're like, holy shit, this thing is terrifying. There's one that has lips, and the lips are kind of like chapped. That one is very creepy.
Ew.
Yeah. No,
That's nasty.
I need to kill that now and take it back to make more Pikmin out of it. The sound design in this game is so good. It's so fucking good. It's relaxing, soothing. It picks up whenever you encounter a boss. I have the start screen song stuck in my head. I mean, I can't just stare blankly into nothingness because the theme song will start just playing in my head. The Pikmin sounds are adorable. They are loud and expressive. Whenever you're walking with a group, they will sing a different song depending on how many Pikmin you have with you or how varied your team is. Apparently the best song is whenever you have 20 of each Pikmin. They will sing a song while you're running around.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so if you have half of one color and half of the other, they'll sing a different song. Yeah, like that. Each Pikmin has a different war cry whenever you fling them. Karradyne kept saying that these were very overtly dramatic for whenever you threw them because they would make a war cry whenever you threw them.
That's so cute, though.
Actually, that helps you differentiate so that you know which Pikmin you're throwing if you're focusing on something else and not on whichever Pikmin you're holding at the moment. The gameplay in the game, like I said earlier, it's a real-time strategy game. You have 3 playable characters who can each throw and command Pikmin depending on what you would like to do. You can command them to attack, carry, build, destroy, and dig depending on the item or surface near them when you throw them. So if you throw them and there's a hole on the floor, they will dig. If there's a wall, they will knock it down. If there's slats, they will pick it up and go build a bridge. The game also has some light puzzles. There's one specific one with balances that you have to throw 2 captains to a spot, then go to the other platform and fill it up with Pikmin so that the captains can go up to the platform that they need to. Then you throw Pikmin onto that platform and then you do it over and over again until you get to the point where you need to be so you can get the fruit. These puzzles are not that hard. They're actually pretty fun. They kind of break up the action a little bit. And since they're not that long, you know, they're pretty well worth it. And you get pretty decent fruit afterwards. My only complaint with this game is that it's too short.
That's awesome, though.
Is it? I want to keep killing Bulborbs and taking their corpses back to make more Pikmin so that I can go kill more Bulborbs and get fruit.
That's so disturbing.
I want to kill everything in this planet.
Except the Pikmin!
The Pikmin are going to be the superior race.
Aww.
They are going to take over the entire planet.
That would be awesome. Somebody needs to make that a track in the game where the Pikmin just take over.
They probably ate all the humans.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
I don't care. If Pikmin were to exist, I will let them eat me. You know how many Pikmin they could make out of my body?
I think they could probably make enough out of your body to take over the whole planet.
They probably can. My praises for the game. The game, to me, is comfort food. Even if it's a newer game that I played in my early 20s, this game feels like it's straight from my childhood. It feels very much like Pikmin 1 and 2, and honestly, as a Pikmin fan, that's all I really want. It is a challenging game the first go around, and after 3 to 4 times after beating the game, it gets easier to the point where you can decide how easy or hard you want the game experience to be. The fact that the game is so beautiful and serene makes it one of those games that I can always go back to no matter what my mood is and just play and enjoy. I love Pikmin.
That's awesome.
Overall, this game is worth the $60 it costs, especially on the Switch since it has all the DLC from the Wii U and the added Olimar prologue and epilogue. This game is 5 stars.
I would be shook if it were anything less.
I love Pikmin. I love them.
I know.
Just a couple of things before we finish up. I love Pikmin so much. I would recommend this game to anybody that's looking to get into a Nintendo console that has Pikmin available on it. So if you have a Wii, a GameCube, a Wii U, or a Switch, please get Pikmin. Please enjoy this game. Please buy 2, 3, or 4 copies of this game so that Nintendo can give me Pikmin 4. Because I really want Pikmin 4. I need it.
I hope it happens.
Me too. I love Pikmin so much. I think I'm going to start getting tired pretty soon of playing all these 3 games over and over again. Do you know what time it is, Karradyne?
I know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for Give Me the Garbage.
All right, that is Give Me the Garbage.
This week's restaurant is El Molacajete in Orlando, Florida. Before we moved to this side of town, we had our go-to authentic Mexican restaurant, but we kind of struggled to find another one after we moved. If you're not very familiar with Orlando, you may not know that it is actually a huge fucking place, and some places are pretty far away from each other. That restaurant that we used to go to all the time, it is still in Orlando, but also an easy 45 minutes away from us now. This city is massive. But thankfully, we found El Molacajete and quickly fell in love, or at least Chris did. It took me a minute to find my favorite menu item, because I'm kind of picky. But last time Chris's parents visited, after I discovered my love for chorizo, also thanks to his parents, we went to El Molacajete with them, and I discovered the wonder that is Joy Pollo. I know I'm saying it wrong. I don't care. Oh my God.
Pollo.
Shush.
You're saying it kind of right.
Shush.
You're saying it kind of right.
I'm saying it the white way. It is heaven on a plate. Like, literally heaven, because the plate is so fucking massive. There's almost no way that you can eat the whole thing, but your dad came a lot closer to it than I did, because he ordered the same thing.
The last time we went there, you ordered it, and he looked at you.
He was so jealous.
And he's like, I wish I had ordered that.
He was so jealous. But, oh yeah. So this dish is basically a chicken steak smothered in crispy chorizo and the creamiest queso you will ever find.
It's a grilled chicken steak.
Yes.
Yes, it's not a fried chicken steak.
No.
So yeah.
Yes, grilled chicken steak. They serve it with a side of tortillas, so you can make your own tacos if you want to, but this stuff is so fucking good that that's not even necessary. But it does still taste pretty darn good, so sometimes I'll make my precious little Joy Pollo tacos. The flavors go together so well, and the sauce that's left in its wake is just to die for. It's really bad for you because it's just chorizo grease, chicken grease, and queso. But damn, it is okay if you only have it once in a blue moon, which is funny because we actually ate there the night after the blue moon.
I had the tacos. I love these tacos.
He's obsessed.
I had my favorite tacos, the cabeza tacos and the pastor tacos. Pastor is pork cooked in chilies and spices, cooked on a flat top with pineapple, and they are served on a corn tortilla with onions and cilantro. They're a tiny bit of spicy, very flavorful, and they have a sweet, tangy burst from the pineapples. We had these tacos at our wedding.
We did. And they were delicious, even though I didn't really eat that night. What they say about brides not eating is 1000% true.
I ate like 8 of them at the wedding.
I had 1.5.
And they had the beets. No, it's not beets. What is it?
Radishes.
Radishes. They had radishes, and they were so fucking delicious. And the other tacos that I had at Molcajete were the cabeza tacos. These are my all-time favorite. It is roasted beef cheek that is then cooked on a flat top and served on a corn tortilla with onions and cilantro. The reason why these are my all-time favorite is because they're meaty, greasy, and flavorful. It is equal parts fat and meat, and it just works perfectly with the richness of the tortilla and the freshness of the onions and cilantro. My mouth is watering so much, and it's making my words slur out. It might be weird at first, but holy shit, these kinds of tacos need more love. I just love how crunchy and chewy and delicious the meat is, and then you have all that fatty, rich, thick goodness behind it. Then I had the quesabirria. These are beef quesadillas served with a side of consomme, usually made of the beef juices. You use this to dip your tacos into, kind of like a French dip. These are very hearty and flavorful. When I was eating this, it reminded me of my mom's stewed beef she used to make for me when I was a kid. So it is a hearty, perfect lunch type of food. It's so fucking Okay, go ahead.
He let me try a bite, and it gave me all of the lunch at Grandma's vibes. It was so just like homey and comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was good.
So the quesabirria combo comes with 3 quesabirrias and a bowl of consomme. Once you eat up all the quesabirrias, you still got a nice, rich, thick beef soup to drink. And oh my god, it's so amazing. I would eat these every day if I could. They have the perfect amount of spicy, cheese, and beef in them to the point where everything works perfectly well together and nothing overpowers anything. We also ate something that we didn't write down.
The chips?
Mm-mm.
No. The fried ice cream!
The fried ice cream.
I have been wanting that fried ice cream for months now.
Can you imagine how pissed you would have been if we would have published the episode and we hadn't talked about
How
it?
did I forget about it?
I was blown away by the fried ice cream.
We're also recording a day later than we normally would have, but since we're at home like all week, we knew it wouldn't be a big deal if we waited till today. That fried ice cream was amazing. So let me go ahead and tell you, when I was in South Georgia, I got up there Wednesday before the wedding on Friday, and we went to a local Mexican joint, and they had fried ice cream on the menu. I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. I am obsessed with fried ice cream. Y'all, that was the most disgusting fried ice cream I have ever had in my life. It was a joke. So they had the sopapilla, so it's like a fried tortilla. It's like deep fried, right? Tortilla coated in cinnamon and sugar, right? Isn't that what it is?
I don't know if that's the name, but
I know that's what I've heard it called before. I don't know if that's right.
it might be right. Yeah, it's just a tortilla deep fried, coated in like a churro, but tortilla.
Yes. And then it's got this huge scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. And then that ice cream is coated in cornflakes. Well, the restaurant back home did nothing with it at that point. They just rolled it around in cornflakes and plopped it on top of the tortilla.
What?
And then they covered the entire thing with the most revolting fake cherry sauce I have ever tasted in my life. We basically gave it back to them. It was awful. This was perfect. Explain how they do because like I said, this restaurant just literally rolled the ice cream around in cereal.
I don't know if this is how Molacajete does it, but usually when you do fried ice cream, you flash freeze the ice cream. You coat it in egg, coat it in the cornflakes, and then you literally just put the oil as hot as it goes, throw it in and take it out immediately so that it doesn't melt. And that makes it really crunchy and delicious.
We found out that they make the ice cream there. He noticed that it was vanilla bean ice cream.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, and it had little dots of vanilla in it. And I tried it, and it tasted different from store-bought ice cream. The texture was a little bit icy.
Mm-hmm.
And as the ladies, this homemade ice cream, she said, yeah, I was like, holy shit.
It was awesome.
This ice cream is amazing. Oh my god, I was so blown away.
And it was very nice sharing it with everyone, but I definitely want to go back and have my own.
They
all
wanted
to myself.
They wanted you to have all of it.
But I felt bad taking the whole thing.
Who cares?
I care.
Well, anyways, yeah, that fried ice cream. I don't think I've had much fried ice cream, but I think this is probably going to be my favorite fried ice cream.
It's so good, and thank God it's just down the road. I can go get it whenever the
Next
fuck
to
I
Willie's
want.
Pinchos from last week's episode.
Exactly.
Go listen to last week's episodes and enjoy Willie's Pinchos.
Yes,
So, what are we going to rate this?
definitely a solid garbage.
Perfect. So there you go. El Molcajete in Orlando, Florida gets a garbage rating. So let's go into some housekeeping. Like I said at the top of the episode, our Patreon is live. Please go subscribe and support us. You'll find the link in the show notes. It's really easy. Just go patreon.com/anovelconsole. Sign up. You're automatically entered into the giveaway for this month. Remember, we'll be announcing the winner next Friday. Karradyne needs to make these posts today.
We will do it finally.
We'll get it out to you.
The wedding is gone. I can breathe again.
Yeah. So remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole. And don't forget, you can also tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major podcast streaming apps. And they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. Tell them to not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. You should also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts so that more people can find us and we can get this little community built and we can get more books out to you people. You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com and we will read your email on the show. I promise Karradyne will make fun of you, but she's not very good at it, so we probably won't.
That's so mean. You're making fun of me and my inability to make fun.
Exactly.
That's not very nice. That's not what husbands do.
Okay. And remember, our art was done by Metamorphic on Instagram. You can go and find her there. Buy some stuff from her. She's really good and talented. And is there anything else you would like to say today, wife, before we end the show?
I'm happy to be your wife.
Good. You don't want to say goodbye?
I guess I can say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Thank you for putting up with us and all of our shenanigans for so long now.
That's 10 episodes.
It's been a hot minute.
It's 10 episodes. All right. We will see you guys next week.